Hey guys, what's going on? Marek here, Trek Nutrition. Welcome to another episode of Ask the Trainer. Today we have a big day ahead of us because we're going to be doing legs. Leg day. But before we get to the exercise portion of today's episode, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the anatomy and the function of different muscles in the legs. Okay, so basically going from top to bottom, first we have glutes. We have two different glute muscles. So we have the gluteus medius and gluteus minimus. Obviously, a lot of people like working those muscles. They're very aesthetic if worked properly, and they are basically responsible for one simple function, for extending the hips. So basically, when you're focusing on those muscle groups, you gotta find different exercises that will basically emphasize the hip extension. Okay, and after glutes, we have the front of the thighs, which are our quads, otherwise known as quadriceps. So four different heads. So we have the vastus medialis, vastus intermedius, and vastus lateralis, and also rectus femoris. Okay, so four different muscles, very strong, very powerful muscles, basically responsible for a very simple function, which is extending the knees. So basically the kicking motion. Okay, again, so you can basically imagine, how much we have to stress those muscles to basically grow, because they are responsible for one specific function. Opposite of quads, we have hamstrings. So all the muscles in the back of the leg. So we have basically biceps femoris. Yes, we have biceps also in the legs, which is pretty cool. And we have the semitendinous and semi-membranous muscles. Basically, hamstrings are responsible for three main functions. Obviously, they work opposite to quads, so they're responsible for decelerating the knee extension, but also responsible for hip extension. So very similar to glutes. Obviously, different exercises will target all of those muscles just because they are closely connected. So all the hip extending movements will target your hamstrings and your glutes as well. And obviously, the third function of hamstrings is the knee flexion. So leg curls and different exercises that we're obviously going to do today, and I will show some of them to you in just a second. And last but not least, obviously we have the hip abductors and hip adductors. Opposing muscles, basically responsible for the horizontal movements of the legs. Very important muscles and very often neglected by a lot of people, at the gym, usually guys. And obviously, for obvious reasons, guys don't really like working those muscles just because they feel uncomfortable doing hip adductions and hip abductions using those machines. But we'll get to that. That's basically it. When it comes to different functions and the anatomy of legs, it is important for you to know that, just because nobody knows your own body better than you. So basically, when you know what the muscles are responsible for, and you know how your body reacts to different exercises, you'll be able to basically create a workout routine that will be the best for you. Okay, so today's workout is basically my suggestion. How you can basically do different exercises. And again, after explaining to you how many muscles are actually involved and how many muscles make up our legs, you probably have an idea that we have to use a lot of different exercises. We're going to do a lot of different reps. We're gonna do high reps, low reps. Some of the exercises are gonna be really heavy, and some of them we're gonna do a little lighter. The first one on the list, we're actually gonna superset hip adductors with the abductors. And just for the sake of this episode, you know, it's hard for me to pronounce those names. So we're gonna call these good girls, and we're gonna call the abductors bad girls. Okay, it makes sense. So closing the legs are good girls, and opening the legs are the bad girls. Okay, so I'm gonna do 4 sets on each of those machines, and I'm gonna do anywhere between 12 to 15 reps with each set. And as I go, you know, continue with the sets, I'm gonna increase the weight every single time. Okay, so this is basically it. Again, I'm gonna superset the bad girls with good girls, 4 sets, 12 to 15 reps on each set. Next one on the list, also 2 exercises, also working the opposing muscles, and also in supersets. The reason why I'm starting with fairly you know, easier exercises is because I want to fully warm up, I want to pump as much blood into my legs as possible, and I want to pre-exhaust the leg muscles. Just because, so when I get to squats and deadlifts and lunges, I'll be already fully warmed up to avoid all, you know, possible injuries, and also so I don't have to actually move a huge ton of weight to get a good workout in. Okay, it will make sense a little later when we actually start doing squats, deadlifts and lunges, but this is a great way to approach the leg workouts. A lot of bodybuilders do that, and that definitely makes sense to pre-exhaust and you know, obviously pump the legs before you get to those heavier lifts. Okay, so again, another superset, we're gonna do leg extensions and leg curls to target basically the quads and the hamstrings. Okay, same design as the other 2 exercises, 4 different sets, 12 to 15 reps in each set. Okay, and we're gonna switch the machines after every set. Guys, the key with those exercises is to basically just to focus on contractions, to use very controlled movements and to squeeze at the very end of the movement. So with the curls and extensions at the very end of the movement, make sure you squeeze as hard as you can. If you do those exercises properly, you're definitely, you know, you can get a good workout just from those two machines. I basically, you know, achieved what I was planning to. I'm definitely pre-exhausted. My muscles are definitely, you know, filled with blood. So I'm ready to start some heavier lifts. Okay, so we're gonna do squats, obviously, no secret there. Great exercise for mostly quads, and if you break the 90-degree angle in the knees going down, it will target the glutes. If you don't, it's mostly an exercise for your quads. Okay, so we are actually going to do 8 sets of squats. I'm gonna start with front squats with lighter weight, and I'm gonna do 4 sets on front squats. 10 reps in each set, and obviously I'm gonna increase the weight with every set. I'm gonna basically be adding 10 pounds to each side with every set, which is roughly 5 kilograms. So 10 kilograms to every set. If this is a little confusing, I'm going to post the full description of this workout in the comments, so you can basically you know, do this workout on your own and basically adjust the weight to your capabilities. Okay, so again, 4 sets of front squats, increasing the weight with every set. Okay, and after that we're gonna do 4 sets of regular back squat. Another really good thing about front squats is that they really engage your core. So to be honest, if somebody asked me, you know, what's the best exercise for abs, I would probably say front squats. I mean, if you do them properly, you will really have to engage your core, and that's basically what your abdominal muscles are designed for, to maintain that strong physique when performing, you know, compound movements like this. Also, front squats, you know, require good mobility. So if you can, so doing these exercises properly actually makes you more functional, keeps your joints healthy, it will force you to stretch some muscles that you normally wouldn't. So definitely a great exercise. I do those before I actually use more weight and I start doing back squats, just because you know, obviously I can't move as much weight with the front squats as I do with back squats. So a great pre-back squat exercise. Okay guys, here we are. First set of back squats, same design. I have 4 more sets of squats. I'm gonna do 10 reps in each of the sets. So I have 40 more squats before I move on to the next exercise. So I did 4 sets of back squats. Today I finished with 100 kilograms, so roughly 225 pounds for 10 reps. I'm fairly tired. Really good workout so far. So obviously this exercise was targeting mostly my quads, a little bit of hamstrings too, but to counter that, to basically maintain a balance in this workout, we're gonna do deadlifts next. All right, so we have deadlifts. Just like I said, I'm gonna target my hamstrings as much as possible. So I'm gonna actually do a stiff leg deadlift. I'm gonna bend my knees just a little bit, and I'm not gonna change the angle in the knees anymore throughout the whole exercise. I'm actually gonna have some fun with this. So I'm gonna do like a little pyramid. I'm gonna do 10 sets, yes, 10 sets of deadlifts. I'm gonna start the first set with 10 repetitions, and I'm gonna do 1 rep less with each next set. So I'm gonna start with 10 repetitions, and I'm gonna do 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and all the way to 1 repetition. And it gets better because with every set, I'm gonna be adding weights to the bar. So we will see. I'm not really sure, what I'm gonna end up for 1 rep at the end of this, but this is basically the idea, to go down in repetitions, but go up with weights with every single set for 10 sets. Okay, so here we go. This is the first set, fairly easy, 10 reps with 60 kilograms, so 135 pounds on the bar. This is it, the last exercise for today. An absolute burnout. I'm gonna do 5 sets of lunges, 20 reps each. So basically 10 repetitions for each leg. So 100 lunges total. This is probably the only exercise that I'm using the Smith machine for, just because to be honest, I'm fairly exhausted after all the squats and deadlifts. So I want a fairly safe machine to basically just destroy the legs completely. And that's basically, a pretty challenging workout, but that's why, the leg, that's what leg days are for. People often brag about having great leg days and destroying legs, but I see a lot of guys at the gym that don't really push themselves as hard as they could. So this is it, 5 sets, 20 reps in each set, 100 lunges total. I'm gonna do backward lunges. I'm gonna try to put as much emphasis on my quads as possible. Guys, thank you so much for joining me with this episode. As you can tell, I'm fairly exhausted, still out of breath. Excellent workout. Please try it out. Let me know what you think. In order to do that, you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave some comments, post some questions, so we can answer them in our next episodes. Thanks so much for watching, and keep working hard.